Acre Killers is an occasional event in Raesfeld, Germany. In July 2018 we visited it and were overwhelmed. Some 100 tractors and other agricultural engines were gathered on 2 fields for display and sometimes in action. How much? We can't tell. We arrived too late because there was a car crash on the highway and we were stuck in a traffic jam. As we finally arrived this event, the home run was beginning, but there were still some 100 tractors on the fields. This was definitely one of the best events we ever visited. 2 young men are the masterminds and organizer. They are loaner, that means agricultural contractors. Unfortunately, they are not able to organize this event every year. So far as we know, this was the second Acre Killers meeting. In Germany, almost every tractor event is being organized privately. In some regions and towns, the authorities or environmental organizations want to block such events. In other regions and towns, they are welcome as an attraction to get visitors. Where the cows fly backwards, every guest and event is an occasion to get some sense into the village and the restaurant's cash register. At this event, only a few historic vintage tractors were to be seen. It was an event to present more contemporary used tractors, the engines today in use which plow, sow and harvest and provide us with food. A tractor has a very long lifetime and can be in use 30, 40 or 60 years and more after its production. Replaced by a newer tractor for primary use, an old tractor can be used additionally for minor duty over decades. These are Fendt tractors. Today the Fendt is dominating on German acres and farms. The Fendt tractor can also be seen day by day in nearly every German town involved in a lot of other duties. The Mercedes-Benz track based on the Aheam is out of production since 1991, but in Germany it is very often to be seen until today. Acre Killer was dominated by modern tractors. We saw only a few vintage tractors and engines. We saw some Hagen, Acre and Allgäuer tractors, but the Lanz Bulldog was rare on this event. You can tell the brands from the colors: red, Massey Ferguson, McCormick and Porsche; green, Deutz and Case; blue, an old Hagen with mobile home. Carl made this footage near to the exit and I took still images at this time on the fields. After 5 minutes, Carl missed some images and videos, and we learned that a pocket knife should always be in a photographer's jacket or trousers. Fujifilm cams have an eyelet on the body, and the camera strap is mounted by a metal triangle that goes through the eyelet. For the first time in 45 years of using cameras with this strap mount, Carl experienced that the tight and spring-loaded metal triangle suddenly can jump out of the eyelet, at least a Fujifilm triangle. Luckily, Carl noticed the failure after some videos before shouldering the cam. In the times of analog cameras, Carl often replaced the metal triangles by round key rings because they can fail. Back home we wanted to replace the triangle by key rings. It was impossible. Even the smallest key rings didn't fit into the small eyelet of the Fujifilm cameras. We love the rectangular strap mounts of our Canon DSLRs since that day. As a farmer in the US or Canada, you may be amazed that German farmers work with small tractors as to be seen in our video. Agriculture in Germany is completely different in North America. In Lower Saxony and Eastern Germany are some large agricultural areas. In Bavaria, Hessia, the Eifel and North Rhine Westphalia, acres are often small, on hills or surrounded by hills. We are living in the former coal mine area, and here agriculture is much more different. Germany's former coal mine area expands from Duesseldorf in the west to Dortmund in the east, from Hagen in the south to Wesel in the north. It's a big apple like New York. Amidst of these towns, between houses and the concrete desert, German city farmers often own a field here, a field there, and every acre is some miles distant to the other. You live in New York? No, it doesn't matter. Go to Google Maps and search for New York, Grand Street. You will find some green areas between Grand Street, East Broadway and East River Park. Now imagine that all the green areas, the Seward Park, Gulick Park, Aheam Park, Lain Playground and the park at Henry Street can be compared to the divided and torn apart acres of a German city farmer. Subscribe and stay tuned to see more tractors. Coming up soon, a still images slideshow of Acre Killers tractors not to be seen in our 2 videos.